So let's start. I'll firstly introduce myself. And my name is Mihail Nikolaevich Щевлягин. I am a teacher in the Institute of International Education. And if you hear me and if you can see the presentation, put plus, please, into the chat box. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. So technically speaking, everything is good. And the topic for today for us is task number 11 in the Russian state exam in English. So quite popular task in terms of questions. It arises many questions, how to tackle, how to approach it. And today we will speak about it more precisely. So what we're gonna speak about, the next slide, is about the format. First of all, the content, what to expect here, the focus of the task, and of course, the strategies and tips, how to approach it. And finally, we will have enough practice to be prepared for the coming exam. Let's start with the first one. What to expect from the task number 11. Firstly, you will have one text. It will contain 6 gaps to fill in, and there are 7 elements. Pay attention that one is extra. So one is extra and you don't need to use it. The approximate time for this task completion is about 8 minutes. And you will get as a maximum 6 test points. So what to expect from the text here? Firstly, it is testing not only reading, but actually it is testing your background knowledge. It is about your background knowledge, and usually the texts which are involved here are very interesting to read, and they can be about science, innovations, historical events, culture, customs, traditions. I also come across these ones, and biology, even social studies. So the range of texts can be quite wide, and they are all quite interesting to read. They're not boring and tedious, and it's also good for us. So the next one is the structure, what is tested more precisely. The student who tackle this task and the students who take exam in English, they're expected to know the text structure, how the sentences are joined together, and how they sound logical, what makes to sound logical. Yeah? And here we've got grammar and lexis, which join the parts of the text. More precisely, it's about compound and complex sentences. And the elements which are extra, which are the elements, yeah? They are put into the compound and complex sentences frequently. And also it is expected that a student knows a great number of conjunctions, pronouns, and linkers that join texts. So that's very important, these 3 points. It's not about only reading, but actually about the cohesion, let's call, how to join the sentences and how to make logic sense within the text. And there is a table with useful words for you and phrases which might be helpful for you during the exam, especially at this task. Frequently we can find these words in the gaps, and they join these parts of the sentences. So, for example, not only, but also neither, nor, either, or very frequently can be found. More frequently, we can find who, whom, which, and that. So they join these complex sentences, and here it's quite important to know the punctuation. For example, if we put that, it means that before this, we do not put comma. So if we put comma, it's not that, for example. And also some linkers, such as however, despite, even though, whereas, while, due to. So there are many, and these quite frequently used. in this task, and they're contained in the text and in the elements to put in. So have a look. We will also need them when we'll practice, and they will be fruitful for you not only today but also during the exam. Okay, let's move on. Some strategies and tips. First of all, the procedure, how to tackle this task. I recommend you, first of all, to read, in other words, to scan the text to get the overall idea. Sometimes it is said that it's not necessary to read the text, but actually I do recommend you to scan the text, to spend about 30, 50 seconds on it, because in this text you can find some chronological issues, and if you don't pay attention to the whole text, you may find it may cause mistakes. That's why it's better to get the overall idea beforehand. And we spend the first 30 seconds, or maybe 50, as a maximum on reading. Then we look at the sentence with the gap more precisely, and we read before the gap what does involve it, and after the gap, the information that goes after the gap. Also fruitful. And then we analyze the extracts, 7, yeah, we put 7 extracts, analyze them, and think which is the correct variant, which the correct variant is. And we also can find some cues. Here you can find linguistic cues, so they can help you to get the correct answer. And also we will practice it today, some cues, how to find it, how to approach it, and they really helpful to get better mark. And then we complete the gap. So, and we do it 6 times because we bought 6 gaps. And at the end, I also recommend you to spend 30 seconds, 50, to reread the text, because you will check the appropriacy of the gaps that you put. That's why this procedure is recommended by me, and I think it will work for you. Also can and also can help. And we're going to practice a few words about theory, the last words, and strategies tips. We tackled strategies. The last word about theories, tips. So look at word order. When you find the element, look at the word order before the element and after the element, because it also involves some cues. And concordance of tense. For example, if the sentence is written in the present tense, it's highly unlikely that there will be in past the element in the past tense. That's why we put this tense, past with past, and present with present. And punctuation, as I said, for example, that, if we put that, it means that before that we don't have any commas. But if we put commas, it's not that, it can be which, who, etc. Also, about this one with semantic relations that can be involved, can be included in the text, cause and effect. That's why we need linkers, yeah, thus, therefore, etc. As a result, so cause and effect, you have to understand what's the meaning of this part. Or maybe it is a contrast, yeah, and it's better to put whereas if we put it in the element. Or maybe it is an example, yeah, exemplification, such as, for example, to take for instance. Also, it is conveyed the meaning throughout the text, and we also should know this. And the last, you have to anticipate what will feed the sentence. It can be who or which, and if we put who, it means that before there was a person or a group of people, yeah. If we put plural or singular, also we can have this word order, we have this concordance of number, yeah. And the last one, present past, as I already mentioned, also important to have a look beforehand when we put the gap and the element. So we will practice today with you four texts for tasks number 11. And we will firstly do it one by one, each gap, I mean, gap by gap, and look how it can be tackled. So first of all, the first text is about chocolate, and I recommend you, as I get the strategies, give the strategies to read the text firstly. 30-45 seconds will be enough. Please have a look at it, scan, don't read for details, only the scan. Okay, so time is up, and we, as the procedure goes, we will look at the gap more precisely. And the first gap that we got here, so be ready to put in the chat box your ideas. It will be welcome, and it will be very good. So the first gap, A, has been cultivated in last at least 300 years. Yeah, thank you. So very smart, very fast. It is 3. How we get this idea? Because we've got place. Yeah, when we've got preposition in, it is like that. It is a place, and it's obviously here will be Central and Southern America for at least 3,000 years. So let it be the third one. Nice. Let's continue. Gap B. Have a look before and after the gap. And also we can start not only at the beginning of the sentence, but maybe at the end of the previous sentence. For example, a drink, cold in translation, bitter water. This is because gap to be fermented to develop. So any ideas? 6. Kostya, Tatiana, Irina said. Any other ideas? 4. Also interesting, Sabine, this is because of the world's most popular flavors to be fermented. Yeah, actually, yeah, 4 also can be. Here, the join, the sentences are joined with the help of lexis, with lexical thing. At the end of the previous sentence, we've got bitter water, and also 6 will do maybe. This because cacao seeds are intensely bitter and have to be. It's like a modal verb fermented to develop a palatable flavor. But still, maybe 4. Let's have a look. Maybe we're not going to need it. 4 and it will suit here. Okay, 6 or 4. And the gap number C, letter C, is going to be here, but in different proportions, much of with added sugar. So have a look at the extracts, so maybe some ideas. Much over with added sugar. What can be here? Don't read the full text. It's not needed for the second time. We need only the previous information and the ongoing information of the gap. 1. Yeah, Tatiana, Irina, yeah, 1. So the cue here is that we need noun with the verb. Yeah, we need a noun with the verb here in this gap, and much of the chocolate consumed today is made. Yeah, the chocolate is made with sugar added. So that's why we need 1, and it's likely to be here. Yeah, Tatiana, I also agree. It is a Q, the word order that we mentioned before, and the verb that is necessary in this sentence, because we don't have the verb here. Yeah, good. Let's continue. It's in gap D. Let's have a look. White chocolate, on the other, is therefore not a true chocolate. What is it, guys? How is it called, these phrases? Yeah. And we also call them linkers. Yeah. That's why you mentioned number 5. Oksana, yeah, you're right, as well. 5, hand, on the other hand, contains no cocoa solids and is therefore not a true chocolate. Yeah, because it is a link, it is a cliche partially, and it is it's obvious for us here. Good, let's make it 5. Okay, we've got 2 gaps left. It is similar to serotonin levels in the brain. Scientists claim, what can be after claim? Gap can lower blood pressure. You mean that chocolate eaten in moderation? Yeah. Firstly, we've got the first clue here is claim that. Usually claim is followed by that. And also you've got the comma at the end of the gap. It means that there is something, participle 1, participle 2, something like that. Yeah, and you're absolutely right that eaten in moderation, comma, yeah, can lower blood pressure. Absolutely true. I totally agree here. And the last gap number F, that's a letter F, makes it toxic to cats and dogs. Chocolate is now 1 gap, although 16 of the top 20 chocolate consuming countries are in Europe. 4. Yeah, we mentioned with you that 4 can be used in the second, but actually I think here it is the best variant, yeah, 4, to put 4. And it contains, is now 1 over the world's most popular flavors. And it fits perfectly here, grammatically and lexically, everything is good. So, and then we will say that in the second, yeah, we will move back a little bit. Here, it is, we said that it can be 6, can be 4, but then we will stop at 6, okay? Can be here 6. How do you think, guys? Will suit here? I think, yeah, it will do. Seeds are intensely beta because lexically it is connected with the previous sentence. Yeah, of course. Thank you. So let's have a look what we've got then. For the task number 1, yeah, these are the correct variants: 3, 6, 1, 5, 2, 4. And as far as I remember, we did everything good here. Yeah, everything was correct. And we got, let's say, 6 points out of 6. So not that difficult, guys. Yeah? If we have a look more precisely at the connectors, at the linkers, some cues for us, it is not a difficult choice. And sometimes it can be a piece of cake, let's say. Okay, let's move on to text number 2. It's about elephants. So as I recommended you, firstly, let's scan it briefly. 30, 45 seconds will be enough for this. Scan the text. Look through it. Don't go into detail. Mm-hmm. 10 seconds left. We'll move on. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's look at it more precisely. Yeah, there are two gaps now on the slide, but still it's the same. Let's have a look at gap A. The study found that African elephants always reacted with fear, gap previously worn by men. Three can be when they detected the smell of clothes. Yeah, can be, but not obvious. Yeah, I think it's not that obvious. And 7 can be also a correct variant here, maybe. Yeah, because when they spotted red but not white clothes previously worn by men. Possibly it's correct by grammar and lexically can also put into practice. And also third one, when they detected the smell of clothes previously, also sounds good. Okay, let it be 3. Yeah, Kirill. They are known to demonstrate their courage by. We put preposition here. Yeah, 6 by, and that's why we put participle 1, and it is like noun phrase here by spearing elephants. Yeah, and you can see that the text can be very different. Chocolate elephants, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know all the words. Yeah, it's not necessary for reading. You should get a general idea and then complete the gap. Okay, so here we will tackle number 6. Yeah, spearing elephants, because it is a noun phrase. Okay, let's move on. However, the elephants showed a much milder reaction to clothing previously worn by the Canberra people and posed little threat. So something not that threatened, yeah, and it doesn't mean that it is threatening. Let's have a look what we can put into the C. Kirill wrote, Milena as well wrote. Yeah, the second. Yeah, I think so, because the meaning here is like, let's say, positive meaning. Yeah, pose little threat, and something before should be also positive. Who do not hunt elephants also will do. Yeah, and you see there is a comma. Yeah, it also some suggestion for us. Okay, move on to D gap. The researchers first presented elephants with clean red clothing and with red clothing that had been worn for 5 days by. Yeah, so usually the clothes can be worn by people, yeah? That's why it also a clue here. And we need to find a person or people to follow this sentence. Yeah, Kirill, Yanni. I think, yeah, by either a Maasai or a Camberman. Logically, it fits, lexically, grammatically as well. Also will do. Okay, let's think that it is 1. It's correct, can be. Okay, and last but 1 gap here in. To classify a potential threat and found the elephants reacted with aggression. It suggested that with aggression. And look at the next sentence. This suggested that they associated the color red with the Maasai. Yeah. 7. It is also a clue here in the next sentence, red. Something before this can be also red or opposite of red color. So red but not white clothes. Yeah, lexically it is connected and it makes sense. It is it constructs the sentence, the text. Yeah, 7. Do you agree? Yeah, the rest of. Yeah, 7 will do. Okay, and the last gap in the text number 2. The researchers believe the distinction in the elephant's emotional reaction to smell and color might be explained by. They might be able to distinguish. By what? Yeah, by the amount of among different human groups according to the level of risk they posed. Yeah. Also, we've got preposition by. That's why we need noun or noun phrase here. That's why we use, yeah, you're right, absolutely true, 5. The amount of risk they sense. Yeah, the amount is also can be regarded as a noun or determiner. That's why it's a good variant here, the amount of risk they sense. Yeah. And also 6, but 6 we have already mentioned. And this is a wonderful rule. When we have put one thing, we cross it out, and it means that it doesn't, it is not going to be here. Yeah, and 5 is the only correct variant here. Okay, let's have a look what we got at the end. The answers for text number 2. 3, 6, 2, 1, 7, 5. Were we correct, guys? Was everything correct that we put here? Have a look. Do we have the same? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we didn't make any mistake. So quite easy can be if we've got the idea what is followed by what is followed. Yeah, the structure, the linkers. So everything that we needed is like how the sentence and text is constructed. Okay, the next text will be more, I'll give you more freedom, and you will do it from the very beginning to the end on your own, and then we'll together check and analyze together, okay? So, text number 3 is about Harry Potter as a part of a course in the university, quite interesting, engrossing to read. So, have a look. Firstly, don't forget that 30 seconds, scan the text to get the general idea of what is going on here. Then move on to gap by gap, yeah, and analyze the elements 1-7 that can do. Okay, let's make it nearly 5 minutes. If you will be ready earlier, so write the answers in the chat box. So don't rush, so you have enough time, I guess. Even 5 minutes is quite enough. So move on to the elements. Time is up for reading. Now analyze the elements. Don't forget about before, the information before the gap and after the gap. It can give you some idea. 2 minutes left, I guess, but to be 5 minutes or no. Don't forget to put your answers in the chat box. Thank you, Kirill. Let's wait for others. Yeah, maybe, I guess there are a few things that can be tackled, but still, it's good. Thank you, Irina. Thank you, Kostya. Let's wait for Milena Road. Yeah. Milena Road, as well as Milena, you go the same answers. Yeah, good. Tatiana contributed also. Okay, a few seconds, we'll wait for others. Elisabeth, thank you for your contribution. Okay, you see that it has passed about 5 minutes, and the task is aimed about at 8 minutes. And I think this task can be also fruitful to save some money, allocation, to save some time during the exam. Yeah, and you can save like 3 minutes or 2 minutes on this task when you put the procedure, when you put the strategy, how to tackle it. Okay, let's look more precisely. Thank you for others. Thank you others to contribute here. Let's have a look at A. Our role in modern society. What did you use to get the correct answer? What the cues, what the ideas did you have? So put in the chat box would help you to put the correct answer. What ideas were in the A? Maybe it is Lexis, maybe it is Linker, would help you to get the correct answer. Uses the books of J.K. Rowling, modern society. Logical sense, Kostya wrote, yeah. Here it is both logics and grammar help us. Yeah, that's good sense. And the correct answer here, I suppose, is the third one. And it will be to examine prejudice, citizenship, and bullying in modern society. Yeah, even if you don't know, like, what does it mean, prejudice, citizenship, bullying, the preposition in will help you also to get the correct answer here, or to get the idea, maybe the first idea. Yeah, 3 is good. It's correct. Let's have a look at B. So far, about 80 undergraduates have signed a BA degree in education. So there are actually many words quite sophisticated: undergraduates, bachelor degree, which means Bachelor of Arts degree in education studies, so academic language. But still, we do not need all these words. What helped you to get the idea over the second gap? It was more or less everyone wrote that it is one. Why it is one? Why it is the element one? How did you get it? Yeah, Kostya, that's absolutely true. It is about a phrasal verb and preposition that goes after it. If we know this phrasal verb, we do not need maybe all these sophisticated words before and after. Yeah, and that's why phrasal verbs are also crucial here and can be a cue. That's why I signed up for the optional module part of Bachelor Degree in Education Studies. Yeah, it's correct, the first one, and everyone who wrote the second variant was good. Everyone had the correct B. Yeah. Let's have a look at C. What helped you to get your variant that you wrote? He added that a number of themes would be explored. Comments, pay attention, the classroom. Pay attention to the comments here, I guess. It is a cue, yeah? Share your ideas, what you got in the C and why. I have a look at your answers. 3, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, the majority 5 with 5. Because it's all the have. Yeah, would be explored, including the word. Yeah, it is like exemplification partially. It is also involving, and also the preposition can help us here in the classroom. We use at the classroom, in the classroom, the most frequent variants. Yeah, thank you. That's good, 5, and the majority have the same. D, in response, had appeared in response. Yeah. Had appeared in response. Gap D. What helped you to get this idea? Yeah. In response to, yeah. Here we've got these requirements, the movements from student side, yeah, what they need, what they want. And here it can be a sidetrack, on the one hand, that from the student body, but still student body, it means that the enrollments, yeah, the undergraduates, so it is like the phrase. It's not a body, but it's about people who study here. And you're absolutely right that it is response to. Preposition helped us here. And also the idea of the sentence, because there are 3 variants with 2. Yeah, one we have already mentioned, but still the second is with 2. To grow in demand here, and here it is logically connected. Last but one, gap E. What helped you? Some fundamental issues. Such as, Kostya wrote, Oksana as well. Why don't we use, many of you used number 7, yes, as far as I know. Why not we can't use like 4? What's wrong with 4? You put 7, but such as we put also in the 4th. I agree with you that it is exemplification. Yeah, because it's out of context, it doesn't suit in this text. Kostya said, yeah, that's why we got number 7. Such is the moral universe of the school. Yeah, good. It's logically correct. And the last gap, you just need to read the academic writing, which started. Also look at the information after it. Yeah, that Harry Potter is worth of serious study. That, yeah, it connects. Okay. So what we've got in F, in gap F and Y. The majority of you, what did you wrote? What did you write here? The second. Yeah, everyone wrote second parent. Why second? What's good with that? Started to, yeah. Sometimes we got such a concordance here. Started to, started with, but here is to. And also that, yeah. To see that, yes, go to see that. Also the concordance of tense, yeah. And someone, Oksana, said about a girl. There's like a helpful word here, which started 5 years ago. It goes here. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Let's have a look. Answers for Harry Potter in the university to study. Quite marvelous thing here. 31567 2. I guess so many of you wrote the correct variants. Some of you have minor mistakes, but in general sense, it was good as well. Okay, and the last one for today, text number 4. As well as we did before, it's you start reading on your own, you write down your answers, and then we'll check together to get the idea of what's correct. And it's about mobile phones. Quite interesting topic. Okay, let's start. Scan the text firstly, and I'll look at the clock. 45 seconds will be now. So let's move on to the extracts here. 1-7 gaps. A few minutes, I guess 2 minutes to complete. Tatiana is ready. Ready? Yeah, Irina, Oksana ready already. Kirill also put his answer. Maria, Nina. Yeah. Okay, 1 minute. We'll wait for others and we'll check. Mm-hmm. 2741. And you have 2 times 7, yeah? Елизавета. 642175. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. It's, I guess, one of the most difficult out of 4 here. So the first gap, let's have a look, because it has arisen a great number of questions. Expensive equipment or the business led to a pervasive low-cost personal item. In many countries, mobile telephones, what do we need here? It is a sentence here. We've got a noun, a subject, but also we need something to fill this gap. So how did you understand it, that it is maybe number 2 or number 4? A verb, but now, yeah, we need a verb here because we remember that the English sentence usually involves subject and predicative, подлежащие сказуемые, yeah. Mobile telephones also plural number, yeah. Outnumber traditional telephones. And some will say that combined with the internet, it's not like, I guess, combined, it is a part of there should be auxiliary verb like is, was, yeah. So it's not the full scene here. Yeah, it is the second parent. I agree with you, man. You have put here. Okay, B1. The mobile phone is, such as North Korea. So such as North Korea, and also the comma here. What do we need? How did you get it? There is also many students wrote 6 here. Yeah, I remember that it is 6, but why? I remember that you put 6 and many of your answers. Yeah, such as North Korea, we understand that North Korea is a country, and also is, some suggestion here from is, and that's why is banned in some countries. Yeah, passive, as Kost and Irina said, and Oksana also said that this country should be. Yeah, that's why we got 6 parent as a correct one. Banned in some countries. Okay, well done. Let's move on. C. Mobile phones are the next extension in the portable media that now can be into one device. Can be, yeah. So your word can be, be can be like the main verb here, or it can be like an auxiliary and something after it should be. What ideas did you have when you put here in the gap C? I have a look at your answers. 4, 4. Someone said 2. Passive. Yeah, also as well, there we've got one device logic. So passive here is also needed. And one of the correct answers, I guess, combine that the many of you, lot of put for, combined with the internet into one design, combined into also grammatically correct. And that's why your variant 4 is good. It's good. Okay. D. Levinson highlights that as the only mammal to use only 2 out of 4 limbs to walk, while left 2 hands free. Quite interesting sentence. I like it. Like talking on a mobile phone. So, like talking on a mobile phone, it is some kind of view. So, why did you choose? What helped you to choose? Everyone wrote, not everyone, but still, 1 is the most popular answer. Why? The first is the most popular here. I guess hands free to perform other actions. Yeah, it is exemplification because of like other actions, and we specify it. Yeah, like talking on mobile phone. So that's why I guess it will do, and you're correct here. It is in the gap D. We've got number 1. Yeah, to be free to do something, structure. Yeah, nice. Let's move on. As far as I know, E is the last but 1. Yeah, E. What helped you to get the idea of gap E? You wrote 7, 7 again, 7, 7, 7. Yeah, everyone 7. So it was a piece of cake for you. What helped you to get gap E? So put your answer. Where Oksana said. Thank you. 7 starts with carry in our books. Yeah, you mean place. Yeah. Apply to our need to communicate regardless of where we may be, like logically and eventually to telephones that we, we is like the noun that needs also the verb concordance with plural number. And you are correct, because firstly we need the place, where, in our pockets, карманы, and also carry, well fit here, because we carry. It's nice. Okay, well done everyone, good here in terms of E gap. And the last gap for today, gap F. Given the high levels of societal mobile telephone service penetration, is a key means for people dot. Yeah, we've got gap, and after it is dot. Точка. It is a key means for people. It is very frequently pattern in the English language when we put it is something and we put this in. What we usually put here? People, each other. Also good. And also some functional word here. It helps us to understand. Oksana, I like your idea with people, each other, but also one small word also helped us. It's, I guess, each other would, I guess, two. It is a key means two, it is a good two, or something like that. Yeah, this pattern is very frequent in the English language. That's why here we put two as the main thing to communicate with each other. And you're right with your variant, each other, because we communicate in this way. Okay, let's briefly sum up the strategy for this task. So in this task, we start with reading, but actually it's not reading for detail, it's not detailed reading, it is scanning reading to get the overall idea of what the text is about. Then we analyze each and every gap more precisely. We look at the information before and after the gap. We find here cues. You also can underline the key elements here. You look at the different ideas, then complete the gap. Don't forget that at the end of the task, it's better to read the text to check, because sometimes the logic can be absent and we have to read to check, is everything correct here? And some cues, word order, because this sentence in the English language sentences have strict word order, tenses, past with past, present with present. Punctuation, yeah, if we go this combined, yeah, added, so usually it is commas, there are commas. If we go that, we don't put comma before it. What the idea of the sentence, yeah, maybe it is effect, maybe it is context, or exemplification, like such countries as North Korea, and we have come across today with you. Who versus which, yeah, who for animate, одушевленный, which maybe for unanimate, plural, singular, present, and past. Yeah, I think that will be it for today, and thank you for joining the webinar. Thank you for joining the webinar, and I will be glad to see you in our institute as the future students, and I wish you good luck on your state exam. So goodbye. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Konstantin.